So I want to welcome everybody watching to today's HFX Basics call. I am your host, Gio Fernandez, Mr. East Coast G. For those of you guys watching from home, make sure you tune into the whole video because we're going to drop some sauce. We're going to drop the skills that you need in order to start making money from the markets starting today. I'm your host, Gio Fernandez. We have about 10 to 15 people here watching this training live and hundreds of thousands watching on the YouTube channel. I have a bunch of people who are ready to put in their first trade. I have a bunch of people who haven't put in their first trade. And today we're going to go over the basics. They understand what to do. What's going on, boss? You have a question? I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any questions. You're more than welcome to unmute your microphone. So today with high frequency with binary options, we're going to talk about how you guys are going to take trade setups. We're going to talk about exactly what to do so you can start multiplying your money. And we're going to talk about which educators you should watch that are going to train you and teach you the basics so you guys can start making money as quick as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a broker on my screen. The broker we're going to pull up today is iqcent. No real reason in particular. It's just the first broker that came to mind. But race option, Vidi Forex, and some of those brokers are exactly alike. The only difference is they're different colors. If you're somebody who uses pocket option, I can also pull up the pocket option broker to show you the differences between the two, just because I want you guys to be 100% familiar. If you don't have your account funded just yet, get back to me either through DM, send me a private message in the chat box, so I can get you plugged in today, right? Today. I use iqcent and I advise all new people to use iqcent. I have a way where you can deposit just $10 and get your account started. So if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I'll walk you through that. The reason why I say iqcent over pocket option is for two reasons, and they're both really big reasons, right? Reason number one is iqcent allows you the option to roll over. If you don't know what that means, rollover just means you're adding more time to your trade setup. For example, if I take a trade for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, for those of you who are brand new, I'm going to explain that in a little bit. If I take a trade for 3 minutes and I'm losing the trade, by having the ability to roll over, I can add time by increasing my trade amount 30%. I'll go more in depth into that. Reason number two is race option, binary cent, and iqcent. They usually have the same prices, right? Very rarely are they different. Pocket options, it's a different broker, it's handled by a different company. So sometimes they report prices a little bit differently. Most of the educators on the platform are either going to use race option, they're going to use Vidi Forex, they're going to use iqcent, right? So you want to have a broker that is in tune with the prices that the educators are using, especially if you're brand new. So to start off, let me give you guys a quick little overview on iqcent binary options and race option, exactly what you'll be seeing when you first log in. The page is going to look like this. And let me mute everybody. I appreciate y'all. The page is going to look like this. On your phone, it's going to look a little bit differently. But if some of you guys need help with on your phone, let me know, and we can definitely go over that as well. On the left-hand side, you're going to see all the different currencies, whether it's the euro versus the US dollar, USD, JPY, GBP, USD, whatever the case is on your left-hand side. By clicking on these currencies, you're going to be taken to a visual representation of what price is doing. And that's this main box right here in the middle, where you'll see a little dot right here. This is where price is currently at right now. So if we look all the way to the right-hand side, our price is currently 103.496. 103.496. You guys see that here, and you guys can also see it here on your strike price. So that's the left-hand side, right? You guys can search any currencies on this box. You guys can also search it up here by typing it in. If you're on your phone, it'll be a type-in little box similar to this one. You won't see this here, right? It's the same for race option. It's the same for binary cent. It's just different colors. Moving on to the right. At the top, you're going to see option type. So for the option type, there's three different types. There's turbo, there's intraday, and there's long-term. Whenever you're looking at turbo trades, that means you're looking for trades that are going to expire in between 1 minute all the way up to 30 minutes, right? From 1 minute to 30 minutes. Let me mute all you guys. Appreciate you. Right? If you're looking at intraday, that means you're looking at hours. So I'm gonna hold the trade for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, up to 6 hours. If I'm looking for long term, then I'm looking at days. I'm gonna hold the trade for 1 day, for 2 days, for 3 days, all the way up to 30 days. Now, pretty much what that means, and I'm gonna take a quick little trade, $1, just to show you guys. There's no analysis on this trade. I'm just doing it for educational purposes, right? I took a buy and I took a sell, both for $1. So pretty much what that means, right? My time expiration right now is set at 1 minute. That's the default, right? On my buy, which is the green up arrow, whenever I hit buy, it's going to put this green up arrow and this line stretching down, right? Stretching down all the way over here to the expiration time. That means if I buy or I call, I want price to go up. I want it to rise. And if it does so at the end of my time expiration, then I win whatever profit I set based on the payout percentage. So in this example, we're looking at Euro USD. It currently has a 66% payout. That means for every dollar, I make 66 cents profit if it goes in my way, right? So for this example, I took both a buy and a sell. So I'm going to break even. I'm going to lose one. I'm going to win one regardless. But you guys see here, whenever we win a trade, you're going to see a green bubble pop up. It's going to give you the result. The result is your initial risk, in my example, $1 plus the profit. 66% payout means 66 cents on the dollar. That means my result is $1.66. That's my payout, right? I can put this up $1. I can make it 10. I can make it 100. You can make it whatever you want as long as you have the capital in your account. Now, the cool thing about binary is that regardless of what you're trading, you can make $5. You can make $50, $500, $5,000 in the same amount of time. The only thing that's different is what you're risking. So as you compound your account, as you trade for time and time and time, and your capital grows, even though you're going to be risking the same percentage, you're going to start making a lot more money in the long run, right? So that goes with the compound plan. Does everybody understand iqcent, binary option, race option? If not, just let me know. That's a quick little overview, right? For those of you guys who are interested in the rollover and the double up feature, those are going to be right down here. So whenever you're negative on a trade, let's say I'm going to sell this real quick. Oh, insufficient amount. Look, I tried to put a $1 million trade by accident. I don't got that in my account, not yet, right? So I put in a sell right now. So that means with the put option, I want price to be below this red line at the end of expiration. We just went over that, right? If price is above, I have the ability or the option to roll over. That means that I'm adding more time. Typically what it is, right? I have a 1 minute trade right now. If I hit the rollover button, it's going to add 1 minute to the time my trade expires. And by adding 1 minute, my trade is going to increase by 30%. Trade's about to end, so I can't even do it, right? It's going to increase by 30%. So that $1 trade would have turned into a $1.30 trade. I'm just taking trades. I'm not doing any analysis, all for educational purposes, right? So I can add time if I'm negative on the trade. So that helps me because if I'm trading with the trend, meaning if I'm in a buy and the markets is moving up, even though I'm down right now, by adding more time, it'll go in the right direction. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody. I see somebody has a question. Somebody had a question. You're more than welcome to unmute your mic if you have a question.
Yeah, I got a question.
Hold on, boss. Appreciate you.
All right, so I'm with Pocket Options right now, and because I got my own little situation going, what I want to know is, can I transfer funds from Pocket Options to iqcent?
You would have to process a withdrawal. If you process a withdrawal, yeah, you can take the money out.
I got you.
Very good question. Very good question. Right. So if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we're going to see this little bar here. Right here, you're going to see what currency you're trading, whether it's Euro USD, USD JPY, whatever the case is. If this drops here, I'm going to take a bottom. It didn't drop there. You're going to see the strike price, which is your entry price. So in this example, if I were to hit buy or sell, this price right here would be my strike price. Right. Expiry price is where price is currently right now, right? So if I were to go in, let's say on a sell, this is my strike price. Whenever it moves, see how it moved down? This would be my expiry price right now, right? And that's going to change up until your trade expires. On call put, you're going to know if you're in a buy or you're in a sell. Start time is going to tell you what time the trade started. Expiry time is going to tell you what time the trade ends. One thing to keep in mind, this is an international market. This is an international broker. So it's not going to put the time in the Eastern time zone. It's not going to have time in the Central time zone as you're accustomed to. It's going to be world time, right? So what you're going to do as a little, hint, what I do to kind of get myself up to date on the time is I look at the minutes instead of the hours. The hours are going to be different depending on where you are in the world, but the minutes are always the same. So right now, even let's say you're in LA, it's 12:12 p.m. on the East Coast. It'll be 9:12 in LA. So even though the time is different, the hours, the minutes are still the same. So when you look at your expiry time and it says 28, for example, that means at 28 and 15 minutes, that's when you're going to expire. Unless if you have a trade that's going for longer than an hour, which we rarely do. And if you're trading with the educators, 15 minutes is probably the longest you're going to see a trade setup, right? You're going to have your order size and your payout. Then you have the ability to sell, double up, or roll over. You're very, very rarely going to sell. I almost never see it happen, right? Double up, that means, let's say if we were to take a trade up here for a buy and the markets went down and we're all the way down here. If I hit the double up feature, that means I'm adding another position where price currently is. I'm not adding a position based on time because that second position is going to end at the same time as the first. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. For example, damn, I wanted to catch the top. If I sold here, let's say I would have bought, I just sold. Let's say I would have bought and I hit the double up feature, or I can hit the double up feature now, right? It's going to put me in on another position here for the same amount as before and the same expiration time. So that's very key. Because if you're down on a trade, you can put in a double up, right? It's going to put in a second position, and then you can win one and lose one, if that makes sense, right? You'll win one and lose one, you'll pretty much break even. So it's a way to like save losing trades, if they wanted to draw down, if you got in a little bit too early or whatever the case is. With this example, you guys seen I sold it at 122.526 for 1 minute. If price stays below the red line, you should see a green bubble, and that means you win whatever you're profiting. I'm doing these trades off no analysis just to show you guys what it is, right? But what am I right now? 2-1? That's crazy. It's lit, right? So that's the iqcent binary options. That's what the broker looks like, right? For race option, binary cent VD Forex is the same thing. It's just going to look a different color, right? Next, let's go into pocket option. Pocket options is cool because it lets you do a free demo account, all right? A demo account so that you can practice. You can take trades with fake money, right? But pocket options, sometimes they don't put the same prices, right, as race option. Think of it this way. You can buy a water bottle at the corner store. You could buy it at Stop and Shop. It could be the same water bottle, but there'll be different prices in different places, right? So same thing with pocket options. The same broker, same market, same thing, but the prices may be different. Pocket options, sometimes there's glitches. Right now it's under maintenance, so we can't even get on, so I can't even show you guys. But I'll do another video in the future breaking down this broker, right? So that's what it looks like. That's what the broker is. So typically when you get trade ideas from our educators on the platform, they're going to look something like this. Euro USD, 2-minute call, and then they're going to give you a price, 500. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the currency pair. In this example, Euro USD, we're going to look for it, Euro USD, or we're going to search it and type it in, Euro USD. Once we see it, we have a visual representation of where price is. Price is currently at 530, 527 is moving up and down, but you guys see it on this orange box. The entry that was called was 500. So that means we want to wait for price to drop down to 500 right down here. And as soon as this little bubble comes down to 500, what we're going to do is we're going to follow instructions and we're going to press the green call button. Now that's a fake trade. It's not a real trade, but that's an example of what the trade setups are going to be like when you're trading with different educators, with people that have more results, that have been doing this a little bit longer. Let me know if you guys have any questions on any of that. That's the basics of the basics of the basics. By knowing everything I just went over in about 10, 15 minutes, you guys are ready to start taking trade ideas. Now, for the second part of the training, I'm going to break down a strategy for you guys, so you guys can start taking trades on your own time, not just with the educators. For those of you guys who are brand new with this, do it on your demo. Take $1 trades like I was showing in the example, so that you guys can gain the experience and understanding on the strategy before you start going in for big risk. You know, those $10 trades, $20 trades, $100 trades, whatever the case is, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share a different screen. This is a Cash Trap 2.0 Mastery Guide. Shouts to my boy Matthew Thayer, educator on the platform. #1 educator. Actually, let me go live real quick. #1 educator on the platform. Over 100,000 views over the past week. Killing the markets. He's right over here, Matthew Thayer. For those of you guys who are brand new, HFX package, click on his picture. Go into the favorite sessions here and watch the Cash Trap 2.0 explanation. Watch the perfect setup. See what a perfect trade looks like, so that you can train your eyes and be able to do it again in the future. Give me 1 second. So today we're going over the strategy in depth. Let me know if you guys have any questions at any time. And let's get to it, right? So this is what it is. In order to get to Cash Trap, you're going to go in the Academy, IM Center. You're going to scroll down.
Before you go, bro, I just got one question.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Who do you personally trade with? Educator-wise.
Matthew Thayer is my favorite.
Okay, because I when I first started, I've been in this for like a couple days, and when I first started, I was like, I don't know who really to go with, like either Matthew or Millie Mills or, no, I mean, but Matthew. I feel like Matthew's the way to go. Cash Trap really, bro, 3-0. So I gotta say 3-0 right now.
Hey, let's go! Shouts to you. Yeah, I like Cash Trap just because of the simplicity, right? I like Matthew Thayer. I'm a calm person, you know, so I'm not really loud, you know, so he's just cool, calm, and collected, and I like that about him. He doesn't roll over a bunch of times like some other educators. He rolls over 2-3 times at most, and 3 times is very rarely. It's usually 2, right? And his trades hit, you know, they hit. Let me actually go in the chat box for you guys, right? Cash Trap. Where's Cash Trap? This is his results for last month, or for the last 2 months. 185 wins and 33 losses, 85% win rate. He's going on live every Sunday night at 11, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 11 p.m., and every Friday at 1:30. And he's using Cash Trap, the system I'm about to teach you guys. He's looking for trade setups, and he's telling you guys when to get in and when to get out of the market. So very good results from Cash Trap. For those of you guys who don't have access to this chat, you're in luck, because I'm going to give you guys the link. If I can share it. Boom. That's the link to his chat. You guys can have that. So boom. Let's go back. So we're going to go into the IM Center. You guys are going to go under strategies in the menu. Once you go under strategies, you scroll down. Once you scroll down, you're going to hit HFX. And once you hit HFX is the hourglass tool. So you're going to go under hourglass, and that's where you're going to get access to Cash Trap. So we click on the hourglass tool. Once you click on hourglass, on the top left-hand corner, you're going to see strategies. You go from strategies and you're going to hit Cash Trap. So this is my favorite strategy by far when it comes to high frequency. Very simple, very direct, very to the point. And the thing that I love about it most is that while the market is open, that means from Sunday 5 p.m. Eastern to Friday 5 p.m. Eastern, this Cash Trap 2 is sending out trades every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, you have a potential trade idea. Now, what you want to do is you want to follow your confirmations. You want to look for several different things that are going to highlight whether this is a good trade, a great trade, or an excellent trade. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what that means. So to start, here we are. That's how you go on Cash Trap. You go to hourglass.im. It brings you straight to it. Or you go to im.center. You go into the, I'm just unmuting you guys. You go into the strategies. You scroll down, click HFX. You go to Hourglass, and then you change the strategy. So the Cash Trap rules, right? Cash Trap, every 5 minutes is going to send you alerts, right? These came out 3 minutes ago. It's going to give you an arrow and a bunch of different confirmations that you guys are going to use, again, to determine what's a good trade, great trade, or an excellent trade. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody. First things first, what you're going to notice is an arrow. The arrow is either going to be a green up arrow or a red down arrow. If it's a red down arrow, that gives you 1 point for a sell. If it's a green up arrow, that's giving you 1 point for a buy. So we're going to go back here and we're going to see which arrow to take, up or down. So now what we want to take into consideration is, what is the market doing? Is the market moving up? Is it moving down? Is it moving sideways? If we're in a downtrending market, as we're out here, and by downtrending, I mean it's going down. You guys see how it's going down? On the left, it's all the way up here, and now it's starting to go down. It's dropping. That means the trend is going downwards. That means our best trade setups on a downwards trend are going to be sells. We're going to look for sells. If price is moving upwards, let's say it was moving the opposite way, this is showing up, then we were going to look for buys as the best possible trade setups. Now, when you see the market trending, number one, you're going to consider up arrows for an uptrend, and you're going to consider down arrows for a downtrend. If price is consolidating, meaning price is moving sideways, it's not really moving up or down as it is here. You guys see here, it's not really moving up or down. It's just going sideways. Then what you're going to want to do is consider up arrows as support and consider down arrows as resistance. So what does that mean, right? So support is your floor. Think about the building that you guys are in right now. The floor under you is your support. If I were to have a ball, you know, shouts to gravity, and I drop the ball, I don't need to watch the ball to know that once it hits the floor, it's going to bounce up. So what you guys are going to want to do, right? We have a previous level of support. We have another previous level of support here. They're marked off by these little green lines. So if we're at a level of support, we're looking for buys. If we're at a level of resistance, we're looking for sells. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody. So you see the red little line here? That's resistance. So this was a previous resistance. It was a previous ceiling. So now this is a sell. That's a good sell because we're at a previous ceiling. Before it was a buy. It was down here. It was a buy, right? That was a decent buy because we're closer to the support. We're closer to the floor. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody, right? So we look at trending markets by focusing on lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, or higher highs. So what does that mean? If we have an uptrending market, we have a point, we have point B, then we have another low. So this is a low and this is a low. This low here is higher than this low. This low here is higher than this low. This high here is higher than this high. So we're trending upwards. On a downtrend, it'll be lower, high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. And in a consolidating market, it's just moving sideways. We have no clear indication if price is going up or down, right? Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody. Going into the basics, support is your floor, whereas resistance is your ceiling. So anytime we're looking for buys, we want to buy low. So that means we want to buy at supports. Anytime we're looking for sells, we want to sell high. So that means we're selling at the resistance. Always remember that. Buy low, sell high. The lower the market is, you want to look for buys. The higher the market is, you want to look for sells. In a downtrending market, again, your resistance places, those are going to be your positions for a sell, opportunities for sell. Support is where you're going to start seeing some type of momentum to the upside. So you want to look for buys as support. So the market is going to move 3 different ways, like I mentioned before. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, and it's going to go sideways. During uptrends, we want to look for major buys. During downtrends, we want to look for major sells. During consolidating markets, we want to buy at the floor and sell at the ceiling. Just repeating things over and over. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to you guys, right? Let me know if that doesn't make sense to you guys. On Cash Trap, you guys have an alert panel all the way to the right. It's all the way over here. And we have some trades coming in 2 minutes, right? So we have our alert panel. Every 5 minutes, about 5 or 6 trades are going to come in. Now, it's our job to determine which trade looks best, which trade is offering the most points. Anybody have any questions? Bert, I appreciate y'all. Questions? No question. Okay, so what we're doing is we're focusing on a point-based system, right? On a point-based system. So on the right, you have your alert. For example, right here, we have Euro CAD versus the Euro versus the Canadian dollar. First thing we're going to look at is the arrow. The arrow is going to give us 1 point for Cash Trap 2.0. So 1 point for a sell. Next, we're going to look down here at the stochastic indicator. It's either going to put a B for a buy or an S for a sell. Whatever it gives you, that's also going to be 1 point. Right now, we don't have anything. There's nothing lining up with our sell. So we have no point on this indicator here. But we do have 1 point for a sell on the down arrow. Step number 3, we're going to look at our RSI and our stochastic down here. So pretty much what we're looking for in these 2 indicators is overbought or oversold market conditions, right? That's smart talk for my guys that have been trading for a while. For those of you guys who are brand new, you see these little dotted lines. There's red dotted line on the top, and then there's a green dotted line on the bottom, like dashed. So anytime our price is above the red line, that means our market is overbought. That means more people are buying. And at some point, we should see some type of correction and move to the bottom. Anytime we see price at the bottom here, that means it's oversold. That means there's a lot of people selling. And at some point, we should see a correction to the top. What we can do to backtrack this is anytime you see price above, it should go down. Anytime you see price at the bottom, it should go up more times than not, right? So now let's go back. Here, price is at the bottom. We see price hit a low. As it starts correcting, we get a blue candle, right? Let's go back. Let's go back. And I'm looking for places where it's clearly under. Price is clearly under the green dotted line here. We have a red candle. Price soon after makes a correction and starts coming back. Very next candle is green. You guys see that, right? Price is overbought here. It's at the top of the zone. Some point we should see some type of correction. So you guys see here, price is going up, but as it makes the correction, then we get a red candle and price corrects to the bottom. That makes sense to everybody? I'll do one.
All right, one more question.
I love it. As many questions as you need, bro. I love it.
All right, bet. All right, so you see how where it says put on the stochastic and the RSI, it's already basically above the line. When do you count it? Like, say the line is already above, do you still count it as a point?
That's a very good question, bro. I love the question. So I count it as an official point once price is crossing back down. Once it's official, it's making that correction, because you'll find at times like over here, price is going to stay at the bottom. So it's not an official point until it crosses up. And as you guys can see, when it crosses up, the next candle is blue. So at times you're going to see a market that's oversold, and it's going to continue to be oversold or overbought. Only take the point into consideration once it makes that move back into the middle. So for both of these, they're exactly the same, and they give you 1 point each. 1 point for the RSI, 1 point for the stochastic. So you have 1 point on the arrow. You have 1 point here on either the buy or the S for the sell. And then I showed you guys how to get the point on the RSI and the stochastic. Let me know if you guys have any questions.
Now, something that I've learned, because I don't take trades unless it's like more, like I don't take trades with live money unless it's 5 points and up. I don't, if it's like 4 points, I'll throw it on the demo trade just because, I'm worried about it. But I noticed when the currency strength meter, say it's a call, but really, the numbers are saying it's a put, I noticed that's like really important because it really affects how the market works. I mean, if it's even, if it's not saying what it's supposed to be by the numbers.
That is key. That's why I left the best for last, bro. Yo, whoever's teaching you, shouts to them because you're smart, bro. You getting it, right? So I left the best for last. And to me, this is key. If this doesn't line up with my trade setup, I'm not taking the trade, right? Or I'm taking it very, very, very low risk, right? That's the currency strength meter. Cash Trap 2.0 has the currency strength meter right here on the right-hand side. So we have our currency, Euro CAD is what we're trading. Now, what we want to see is which of these currencies is stronger, because that's going to give us another point or more information towards our bias, towards where we think the trade is going to go. So we have two pairs. We have Euro and we have CAD, the Canadian dollar. One is Euro, CAD is 2. Here, one is USD, CAD is number 2, and so on and so forth. Now, depending on which one of these is higher, that's going to give you a point for either a buy or a sell. If the top currency is higher, that gives you a point for a buy. If the bottom currency is higher, then that gives you a point for a sell. In this example, and this is a good trade. I wish this is a good trade, right? We have a red put arrow. That's 1 point for a sell, right? We have resistance right over here. That's another point for a sell. We have our overbought market conditions now coming down into a correction or back into our regular middle area. That's giving us 1 point each. That's 4 points right there. Next, we have Euro and CAD. Which one is higher, CAD or Euro? Euro is 30, Canadian is 48. The Canadian is higher. So because the Canadian is higher, the Canadian being the second currency pair, that also gives you another point for a sell. This right here is a 5-point trade for a sell. So right now the trade is almost done, right? I would maybe take it if it were to come back up here, but it's kind of leaving the trade. But that's what a 5-point trade looks like, where everything is lining up. If you focus on taking 5 or more point trades, you're going to see the best results when it comes to trading in the markets. Anything under 5 points, it could be a good trade. It could be a great, but it's not an excellent trade. And me personally, I focus on quality, not quantity, right? So shouts to Jaquel for pointing that out. This is a very good trade setup. Let me go back to the point system. This is basically what I was going over. If you're looking for buys, meaning a green arrow, as we have here, right? The buy, the green arrow is going to give you 1 point. The currency strength meter, which is this right here on the right, if the first currency is stronger than the second, meaning the number next to the first currency is higher than the number on the second, right now the second one is stronger, right? Euro's 27, CAD is 50. So if the first one is higher, as it is, do we have anyone? Damn, all of them are putting up sells right now, right? So if the first currency is higher, then that's going to give you 1 point for a buy. That's 2 points. If price is at the Bollinger Bands, and Bollinger Bands I didn't go over, but I'll go over it very quickly. Bollinger Bands are these green lines here at the bottom and this red lines here at the top. Pretty much what Bollinger Bands do is they trap price. Somebody has a question? Oh, go, my fault. I muted you, bro. I'm sorry. Pedro. Okay, but if you have a question, let me know, right? So those are these green bands right here at the bottom and the red band right here at the top. So pretty much what Bollinger Bands are, right? They state that price is going to remain between the bands 90% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time. So we could go back and we could look at it. Price is always going to be between these two bands, between the red and the green. Very rarely is it going to go outside. So what that tells you is whenever price is approaching the top band, we should see some type of correction soon. That means price is going to start going down. Whenever price is approaching the bottom band, we should see some type of correction. That means price is going to move back towards the middle. Anytime we see price getting out of the bands as it is here, that gives us even more indication that price is going to reverse. Because remember, price is going to stay within the bands 90% of the time. So whenever our price is nearing one of these bands, either the bottom would be 1.4 buy or the top would be 1.4 sell. Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody, right? So if price is at the green Bollinger Band, meaning at the bottom, as it was down here, down here, down here, down here, then that's giving you 1.4 buy. Next, we're going to look at the support and resistance. So we have these little lines here, this little line here, this red line here. So the green lines on the bottom, they're your floors. Those are your support. So the support is going to give you 1.4 buy. Next, you're going to look at the B right here. If you have a B, that's also going to give you 1.4 buy. Right? Next, you're going to look at the RSI and the starch. I already went over. If price is oversold, meaning it's down here, look down here. This was the perfect example, right? Price was oversold, coming back into making a correction, right? Coming back into that area. Price was oversold, coming back into the middle. So you have 1 point for both of these here for a buy, right? And this is already in the past. Then here you get a B. This B here would have gave you another point for a buy. At the same time, price is at that green Bollinger Band, and price is also at the support level, at the green line down here. So those are all indications that price is going to soon start moving up. Now, if we had our currency strength meter, and this happened 20 minutes ago, but if we had our currency strength meter lining up and euro was stronger than CAD, then we had a perfect 7-point trade for the buy. And those don't miss often. Very rarely those miss, right? So that's what it is. For those of you guys who are brand new to this, take a screenshot of this for the call point system. Also, take a screenshot of the sell point system, the put point system, and start getting aware, start training your eyes as to what all of these means. Whenever we have 3 points add up, that means we have a good trade. You guys can take 1% of your account balance. Whenever we have 4 points lining up, that means we have a better trade. That's a great trade, right? We can take 2% of our accounts at risk. Whenever we have 5 or more points, that's an excellent trade. Take 3 to 5% risk on these trades and take them with confidence, because more times than not, those should hit, right? So 3 points, good trade. 4 points is a great trade. It's a little bit better trade. 5+ points, those are excellent trades. Those are your best trades. Those are the ones you want to take consistently, right? Any questions on any of that? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? That's the point system. I'm gonna drop this PDF in the chat box so you guys have it as well. But that's what it pretty much what it means, right? So that's the cash trap. I went over cash trap. I went over everything. Now let me show you guys how it is live in the moment, right? So right now we're looking at Euro CAD. This just came out less than a minute ago. It's 12:40 Eastern in Boston, right? So it just came out. We have Euro CAD. We have a down arrow. So we have 1 point for a sell. Price is not near the red Bollinger Band, right? We still have quite a ways to go before it's touching those red bands. So we don't get a point for the red bands. Price currently is at resistance. There's a resistance line here, meaning there's a red line. So the red resistance line is giving us another point for a sell. That's 1 more point. So we have 2 points for a sell. Next, we have our currency strength. The Canadian is stronger than the euro. So that gives us 1 point for a sell. Now we have 3 points for a sell. Next, we don't have an S here or a buy. So we have nothing. Price is currently overbought, but it's not making its way, not yet, to the oversold market conditions. So this isn't giving us a point just yet. This is setting up for a sell as it pertains to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at price at 811, which is the top. This is the resistance right over here. At 811, we're going to look to put in a 3-minute sell. 811, we're going to look to put in a 3-minute sell. Just it's going between screens. We're looking at Euro CAD. It's paying out 61%. I got you right now. I just seen the thing. And 811, we just missed it. Me personally, I just missed it. Right? 811 would have been somewhere around here. If it comes back up here, I'm gonna take the trade for 3 minutes. Very low risk, but I missed it. So hopefully some of you guys took it at 811. Me in between switching tabs and making it, you know, so that all you guys can see me take the trade, it kind of left the building. Jaco is in. He's in profits. I see him cheesing. Let's go. Right? So he's holding it. So as long as this maintains below 811 at the time of expiration, he'll be in profits. Right? So that's pretty much how it works. Any questions? We're going to look for another trade setup in 3 minutes. Jaco, let me know once that clears. Any questions, family? Does that make sense to everybody? Somebody asked me, can you show the buy guideline? Like the PDF I was just showing? I got you guys. I X'd it out, so I'm gonna have to go back and get it. I just dropped it in the chat box for you guys, so you guys have a video that goes over this, and you guys got the point system as well. You said the buy, right? Buy right here. Let me know once you got it. You got it, you got it, you got it. Now let me go down to the sell. Jaco, what up, what up, what up? Let's go. I appreciate you, V. Any questions out there, guys? This is looking good. I didn't get in it, but this is looking good. Price was 811. It looked like it came back up and retested, so it may have given y'all another opportunity to get in. But we're deep in profits in this trade right now. Deep in profits if you took this. Right? I didn't get a chance to take it, but shouts to Jaco, my boy Eddie. He ain't playing with it. Let's go. Any questions, guys? Any questions out there?
I have noticed that pocket options, because I took it when you said 918 or something 18. I took it then. I noticed even though pocket options does be behind, it is behind sometimes, it still is on point when with the target price and everything. So
what I used to do when I had pocket options, right? Because sometimes the numbers ain't the same. Sometimes they don't match with like race option, VD Forex, or iqcent. I look at overall market structure on the chart of pocket option. So let me go. We were looking at EuroCAD. You clear that already?
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Yo.
So I look at the overall structure, right? So we were looking at this. Was it EuroCAD? I don't even remember. Mm-hmm. It was EuroCAD. What was the price that we got in? So I look at structure, right? So I think it was like back here, right? When we got in, somewhere back here. So what I do is, if we're looking at sales, I'm looking in the past to see where my previous ceilings were. Remember resistance and support, right? So if price is here and cash trap calls whatever number and the price doesn't add up, what I'll do is I'll look previous structure. So 793 looks like it was a ceiling before. That's where I'm gonna look to enter. You guys see here, it hit 793 and then it dropped, right? If not, if I want to play it a little safer, up here, 803 or 813, but these are a lot higher, right? So this would have been my ideal place to get in. Does that make sense to everybody?
So you're looking left to go right.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly. So whatever happened left is history. It's the past. But history repeats itself. So based on what happened in the past, we can get confirmations to what can happen in the future. Very good questions. Very good. Any other questions? EuroCAD is still
one more trade.
Yes, sir. It's still selling EuroCAD. but we don't have as many points because now markets are in regular conditions, still oversold. I will look at 805 for a sell, lower risk because we don't have as many point confirmations. Let me see if we have another setup that looks a little bit better. USD CAD is setting up for a sell. This is setting up for a buy. This is setting up for a buy, right? So I wouldn't take this just yet, but this is why I say this is setting up for a buy, right? We have a red put arrow. So it's a put right now. On the next trade that's going to come out in 3 minutes, if it gives me a green up arrow, then I'm going to look to take a buy. Why is that, right? Let me tell y'all why. Number one, price is at the bottom green Bollinger Band. Remember what I told you guys, price is going to stay within the bands 90% of the time. Right now, it even looks like it's coming out of the band. So we should expect some type of reversal. That's 1 point for the buy. Number two, if we look at our currency strength, Euro is stronger than USD, right? Euro is stronger than USD. So by Euro being stronger than USD, that means that we have another point for a buy. So that gives us 2 points for a buy right now, right? Euro is stronger than USD. Number three, we have oversold market conditions. I'm hosting a training, bro. You can hop on. Oversold market conditions. So if price starts coming back up here, that's going to give us a point for a buy, both on the RSI and the stops. So we have 1 on the Bollinger Bands, 2 on the currency strength, 3 and 4 once it starts making its way into the middle. And a green up arrow would give me a 5-point trade, potentially. So on the next update, which is coming out in 2 minutes, if this gives me a green up arrow, that's going to be a sexy trade to take for a buy. That makes sense to everybody, how I got that? Any questions out there? Let me see. Somebody wrote in the chat box. Vasni clear. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, hop on this training, bro. I dropped the link.
Okay.
It's in the chat. Right. Shouts to my boys. My Colombian squad. You see how now it's moving up, it's going back up into the regular, it's playing out how we wanted to. Now the last thing, like the icing on the cake, how they say, right, is if we get this another B right here, 7-point trade, I'm all in. Not all in, but you know, I'm risking a good amount, right? If we get this another B, right? Oh man, whew. Let me tell y'all once again, right? And we're waiting for 1 more minute to see what arrow we get. But we have green Bollinger Bands is 1 point. We have price at, oh, there it is. You guys see that green arrow? So we're going to look at Euro USD, right? Euro USD, EUR USD. If you go back to your broker, you guys can search for it. Once you search for Euro USD and you find it, oh, I lost it. Where's my cash trap? Boom. Our entry price is going to be 384. 384. So if I go back to iqcent, right, our entry price is 384. Remember what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at previous levels of support and resistance. So right here we have a floor, a previous ceiling. You guys see it here? That's 384. It's a previous ceiling. So now I'm looking for price to hit that 384 and then start making this move up. Modest $10 trade to start it. I'm looking for 384. For those of you guys who are trading pocket options, where's my pocket options? I have so many tabs on right now. For those of you guys who are trading pocket options, right? We're looking at Euro USD. Price was called at 384, right? So 384 is down here. 384 is valid, or 385. We have a ceiling here, floor here, floor here, floor here, floor here. A lot of rejection at 385. So those of you trading pocket option, 385, that's gone. It's gone. That's going up. Let's see IQ. Yeah, that's going up. Might not give us an opportunity to get in, but that's good. We don't chase it. Don't chase it. If it goes in, word, that's what's up. It went in the right direction, but never chase. Never chase, because there's going to be another trade opportunity in 3 more minutes, right? I was looking at 384. It just hit 390. 384 is the entry that I'm looking for. 385 on pocket option. What you call it? Hourglass, if you guys look, called it at 384. 122 384. We always mention the last 3 numbers. It just makes it easier. It's not like a tongue twister. Like 1.22384. You just say 384 and we all know what we mean. All right. Let's see. Oh, I took that. I took that at 380. Let me know if you guys are in it. Let me know if we in it to win it. We took Euro CAD. We had a nice little 1 point on the arrow, 1 point on the green Bollinger Bands. It doesn't seem like it's giving us the point just yet. So if it doesn't, this is something that I can roll over because this is still setting up. And then, oh, USD switched on us. USD is stronger. So we have a 3-point trade right now. 3-point trade. Let me know how y'all doing. We have a 3-point trade. It's coming in and out of profits for me. In nice profits right now. Let me know. We got a 3-point trade. Let's watch it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Angie's in it. I took 380, modest $10 trade. So 66% payout. It's not the best, but still good payout. You know, I'll take $6.60 profit on my $10 risk, 3 minutes. Right? Let me know. Any questions, family? BV's in it. Let's go. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Vasney's in at 384. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. These be the longest 3 minutes sometimes. No cap. And it's only a $10 trade. Like when you put in $100 trades, oh man, these be the longest 3 minutes ever. You be finding things to do. Looking around the room. Like, man, listen. Woo. But when it hit though, y'all feel me? Cash Trap 2.0 be busting. Let me know when y'all clear y'all trades. Everybody should be in profits if you took it. Prices at 395. Vasney cleared. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I love it here. I love it here. Any questions, family? Anybody have any questions? New arrow just came out. It's a put. We ain't worried about it because we in a buy and we about to clear. Oh, y'all clear? Who cleared? Talk to me. Vasney killing the game. She on this cash trap strategy. Angie too. Woo. Jamiel cleared.
I took another one. I took Euro CAD just because it's like a 5-point trade.
He's not playing with it. Let's go. You cleared Euro USD?
No, I didn't get into that one.
Get in it? Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Pocket options just wasn't having it.
You said Euro CAD, right? Euro CAD didn't send out an arrow on these 5 minutes, which leads me to believe it's setting up right now. Somebody cleared. I see a green bubble. I don't know who that is, but I see the green bubble. Let's go. Let's go.
Close my laptop. Oh my god.
I would roll. You have pocket options, so you can't even roll over. I think this is setting up. Reason why I think it's setting up is because on the new update, right? Look at this minute. It was 6 minutes ago. On the new update at 12:55, it didn't send out a trade idea for Euro CAD. So we don't have the red put arrow, but we do have confirmations, right? CAD is stronger than Euro, which gives you a point. because CAD is the second currency, gives you a point for a sell. Number 2, we have the red Bollinger Bands. It's 2 points. Number 3, we have the red resistance line. That's 3 points. Number 4, and it's not yet there because it's not crossing down, but it's set up to where it's going to cross down, right? So that'll be 0.4 and 0.5, but it's not there yet because we didn't get the down arrow. So me personally, what I would do is I would wait for the next 5 minutes at 1 p.m. and that's where I would take this trade. But it looks like it's close for you. I don't know. You seem excited. I don't know. So that's what I would do. I'm gonna actually take this one last trade at 1 p.m. in 3 minutes. When the new candle comes up, if we get a red down arrow and our currencies remain intact, meaning the Canadian currency is stronger than the euro, I'm taking it for a sell. Any questions out there, guys?
I don't have a question, but I do want to let this be known. Don't revenge trade. Do not revenge trade. Just don't do it.
That's facts. That's facts. Don't chase. Don't revenge trade. Don't say, yo, I just lost this. I got to get it back. Trade based off your confirmations. If it's not there, don't take it. Don't say this looks like it's that. No, it's black and white, right? It is what it is. And if it's that, then take it. If not, then hold back. We're in the business of multiplying our money. We're not in the business of gambling. If you want to gamble, go to the casino, right? Play it on all black or on red or play poker or whatever you play, right? But if you want to trade, look for high probable trade ideas. And you're going to do that by looking for more and more confirmations. The more confirmations you have, the better. To go over the confirmations again, the arrow, 1 point. Overbought or oversold market conditions going back into correction would be another point for both the RSI and the Stoch. The B or the S, B a point for a buy, S a point for a sell. Support and resistance, this green line here and this red line here, they also give you a point. Bollinger Bands, the green lines on the bottom and the red lines on the top. Remember, price stays in within the bands 90 to 95% of the time. And most important, the currency strength meter. If the top currency is stronger than the bottom, that's 1 point for a buy. If the bottom currency is stronger than the top, then that's 1 point for a sell. That makes sense to everybody? Any questions? Let's get it. 5 minutes ago, we have 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as this hits 0, we're going to get the new trade ideas. We're looking for Euro CAD. It came out first. CAD is stronger than Euro. That's a point. We have the red put arrow. That's 2 points. Resistance, Bollinger Bands. We got 4 points on the trade with another 2 setting up. They're setting up right now as we speak. This is a 6-point trade, family. If it goes up to 887, which is our previous resistance, 887, take it confidently for the sell. 887, Euro CAD, EUR CAD. 887, we're going to take it confidently for a sell, right? I would love to take it up here at 893 based off previous resistance, right? 895 would be even better. But if it comes down to about 888, which is this ceiling here, I'm going to take it. So I need price to come up here, at least here, anywhere in between this range here. Anywhere in between this range here. I'm going to take it for a sell. Remember, if it keeps going down, that's cool. That's great. The strategy works, but we're not chasing it. We're only getting in. Look like my boy in it. I see you. It looked like it's coming up. There it is. I took 888. And if it goes up here, I'm taking another position because I like the trade. No cap. Right? So let's go back. Hourglass. I'm going to show you guys again. We have the red down arrow. Price is at resistance, is at the top of our Bollinger Band. We have the Canadian dollar stronger than the euro, and we have overbought market conditions. Worst case scenario, let's see. It looks like price is consolidating, is moving sideways. It's not really moving up or down. It's going sideways, right? And it's at the top band. I would roll this over once or twice, especially since we have so many confirmations. So if you need to, roll it over. Price is hitting 901 right now. I just took a double up. Any questions out there? Any questions, guys?
I ain't gonna lie, I just took an L, but it's okay because I know why. But all I gotta say is pay attention to that currency strength meter. That is really no joke. And watch the market, because like if it's consolidating, then that's what it's gonna do. Like, don't jump in. Don't be so trigger happy and gun ready.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm in profits on one. The other one is chilling. I just rolled it over. Oh, I rolled over the top position. Sick. That happens sometimes too. I rolled over the wrong one. It's close. I rolled over the top one, not the bottom one. When it's this close, it's like, is it gonna hit? Let's go. Let me know if y'all cleared. Let me know if y'all cleared. Y'all see it. It works. Shouts to Cash Trap. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Hey, I love the text messages. Let's get it. Clear, clear, clear. Oh, y'all eating. That's all good. You're gonna get that right back, Angie. It's all good. Any questions? Anything you guys don't understand? We went over the basics. We went over the layout, iqcent, race option, pocket option, VD Forex, binary cent. We went over the cash trap strategy. Taught you guys where to learn it. Go on Go Live, Matthew Thayer, favorite sessions. He has a very good explanation. I also recorded this call. I'm going to put it up on my YouTube channel. You guys can, let me get my YouTube link for you guys, because there's other stuff on there that you guys are going to want to watch. I don't even know how to send my link. I think it's something like that. Nope. I don't even know what my link is. Welcome everybody to the YouTube. All right, I'm just gonna send this video out, and you guys can follow me from there. Subscribe to my channel. Boom! I just cleared the second trade too. Let's go! Let's go! Family cash trap blessing. What I go just now? 3-0, 4-0? I don't even know. Something like that, right? It was small trades. Let's see. I took a bunch of trades at the beginning, just showing you guys call and put. But using cash trap, I just went 3 wins, 0 losses. 3 wins, 0 losses using cash trap. So now let me show you guys the compound plan, and we'll end it there, right? If you guys go to hfxquickstart.com and download your free trading plan, I'm actually going to put the link in the chat box so you guys have it. hfxquickstart.com. That's the name of the website. It's not loading for whatever reason. I'll give it a couple seconds, but let's go to the compound plan. Based on how much money you guys are starting on your trading account, it's going to tell you how much money you should be risking every single trade. For example, if you start with $100, trading 5% risk, 5%, that means 5 points or more on a trade, right? This is high risk. If not, you guys can change this to 3%. You can change it to 1%, whatever the case is. We'll use 3% for this example. $100 account risking 3%. That means on your first trade, you're going to be risking $3. If you have a 75% payout, that's that percentage next to the currency. That means you'll earn $2.25 profits. By reinvesting that whole amount, trade number 2, you'll be risking $5.25. If at any point you lose, you're going to go back to the beginning 100 minus your initial risk. But if you're able to clear 10 trades in a row, I just cleared 3 in a row, like playing around, right? 10 trades in a row, you turn $3 risk on a $100 account to $460. Family, you guys can do this in an hour. If you're somebody who has a little bit more capital, let's say $1,000, you can turn $30 risk to $4,600. Now, this isn't guaranteed every single time it's going to happen. The key thing is trading successfully for 10 trades in a row. We just did 3 in a row just now. 10 trades in a row, $30 risk to $4,000. And you guys can change this for whatever amount. And at any point, let's say you're 4 trades in, you made $436 profit on this 1,500. You can change this to 2,000 and now start with your initial risk. And if you lose, you're going to go back to this and so on and so forth. So by following this, you guys are going to compound your account. 500, I love it. $15 is the risk, 3%. You're taking $15. If you win $11, you put the whole thing. 26, 45, so on and so forth. You're taking $15 risk to over $2,300 in 10 trades. Any questions on the compound plan? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
No hay más trade.
Go ahead.
Say if you're not using a compound plan, you're not trading right. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be another one. I'll show you guys another one. Somebody had a question. There was 2 questions out there before I show you the other one.
All right then. Well, isn't there a plan where you want to withdraw? Like me personally, I'm gonna let it sit there and grow. But like, say somebody wants to withdraw what they want, isn't there a certain a plan where it shows the percentage and all that?
Very good question. Very good question. So on this compound plan that I'm showing you guys, after 10 trades, it tells you to withdraw from a belief check. 10 to 20% of your profit. You can actually set that over here, how much you want to withdraw, what percentage, and it tells you the amount. Key thing when you're trading binary with these brokers, if you're somebody who takes a bonus, meaning you deposited 100 and they gave you 150 or $50 or whatever it is, right? You have to trade your account, whatever you start with, 3 times. Meaning if I start with a $500 account, let's say, because this is the example, and they give me a bonus, $500 or $250, whatever the case is, let's say $250. That means my initial balance is $750. Before I can make a withdrawal, I have to risk $750 times 3 or 2,100 or whatever that is, 2,200. So if you take a bonus, you have to turn over 3 times. If you guys go back into your broker, right? I think I have the broker here. It'll tell you your turnover right down here. It'll tell you your turnover, right? So I started this account with $10 like 3 weeks ago. I have 1,800 turnover. I got it up to 135. And I started this account just for training purposes. I only use this for training, and it's at 135 using Cash Trap. You guys can do this too. It's just a matter of applying what you learn. You will take some losses. You're not going to go 100%, but by gaining the experience, looking for 5-point trades more times than not, you guys will be profitable. Now, past results don't indicate future ones, and what Matthew Thayer has been able to do doesn't indicate what you'll be able to do. But Matthew Thayer, started his account with $500, and today is over 7 million trading the Cash Trap strategy. He's a product of the product. He started learning through IM. He says it as part of his testimonial. He says 3 years ago, I had no idea what trading was. He plugged into Nest VQuest. He started applying what he learned. And over time, he grew his account to that number. Right now, he's the #1 educator on our platform, averaging over 100,000 views over the past week. It's right over here. He's my favorite educator on the platform. Guys, check him out. The strategy really works. If you apply it, click on his name, scroll down to favorite sessions, and you'll see the Cash Trap 2.0 explanation in both English and Spanish. Any questions before we wrap up today's call? Guys, if you feel like you got some value out of today's call, I'm going to unmute all y'all microphones. Please make some noise for your boy.
Yeah. Hello value, bro. Hello value.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Gio. I appreciate you. I love for the info, bro.
For sure. I appreciate you guys. You guys can follow me on Instagram at East Coast G. If you guys have any questions, let me know. It doesn't matter if you're on my personal team or not. I don't care about any of that. You guys can reach out at any time, either via DM or in the chats. I'm in the Wolfpack chat. I'm all over the place, right? I'm here for all of you guys. I'll see you guys on the next training. I appreciate and I wish everybody a very successful and profitable day. You all have an amazing time. God bless and see y'all later.